I'm Bobby with Legacy Realty Group, and here's what we're seeing in the 2026 North Texas housing market. If the top economists in our country could sum up this market in one word, it's opportunity. They say that 2026 is going to be the year of the great affordability reset. And what do they mean by that? Experts project that the interest rates will hover between 6 and 6.3% for the entire year, with a maximum low of about 5.9% right at the end of the year. So these stabilizing mortgage rates, stabilizing home prices, and increased affordability is really going to bring a lot of buyers back to the table. In 2024, the median salary in DFW was $89,000. Now that meant that family could afford only about 35% of the homes on the market. Compare that to 2026, where wages are outpacing home price growth. We're seeing that that same family can now afford almost 45% of the homes available on the market. That's a lot more options. Now, you may have heard talk of an impending crash. Well, that's not going to happen, and here's two major reasons why. First is inventory. There is still more demand than there is supply right now. After the 2008 housing market crash, we saw new construction just fall off the face of the earth, essentially. Now we are still very far behind on the homes that we need to keep up with the demand that we have. That's what's keeping prices elevated. If we were to see a sudden influx of homes, that could destabilize prices and bring home prices down significantly, but we're not seeing that happening. One of the main reasons for this is what's called the rate lock-in effect, or the golden handcuffs, which means people who refinance to a lower rate during the COVID years feel like they're handcuffed to their rate. They don't want to move, they don't want to lose that rate. So we're not seeing as many homes coming on the market as we normally would, which is again, keeping prices stabilized and from plummeting. Now, affordability is on the mend, but it's not back to where it was. Pre-pandemic values say that the average home buyer could afford about 50% of the homes on the market, whereas now in 2025 and 2026, the average buyer can only afford about 21% of the homes on the market. So while we are getting closer to where we were, we're still not back there yet. Fed is expected to drop rates again another 2 times this year. Now that doesn't mean that mortgage rates will necessarily come down. That's just the overnight borrowing rate for the Federal Reserve. But if you want more information on that, check out some of these articles that I've made. The purpose of the Fed lowering their rate is to lower inflation. Now, inflation was all the way up to 9% during COVID years, and now it's back down to 2.9%, which is fantastic. It makes things a lot more affordable. It decelerates price growth, which makes it easier for wages to catch up and people to feel more comfortable with their monthly budget. And it's also good for home buyers who want to qualify for a bigger house or have an easier payment. Now, you've heard me talk about it before. 2025 was the slowest housing market summer we have seen in the last 10 years. Now, NAR projections are that we will see a 14% increase over last year for this summer, mainly because we were so far behind last summer. Now, that also includes a 9% increase for the year of overall listings. So home buyers, you should have a lot more options available to you this summer than you did last summer. PwC's Emerging Real Estate Trend says that DFW is the #1 market to watch in 2026 because we have one of the most balanced markets in the nation. Right now we have 3.9 months worth of inventory on the market, and they say you need between 4 to 6 months of inventory to have a balanced market where it's neither a buyer nor a seller's market. We're right there in that sweet spot. Combine that with all of our corporate relocations and our constant economic growth, and you've got yourself a recipe for success. First-time buyers, listen up. Make sure you are working with a local lender who's based here in Texas. Texas has its own state-specific programs that can help you with anywhere from 3 to 5% towards your down payment or towards your closing costs. And a lot of these national lenders don't even know these programs exist, so they won't offer them to you. So if you're a first-time home buyer in North Texas, make sure that you're getting with a local lender who knows the lay of the land and knows how to get you the best deal possible. Experts project that the interest rates will hover between 6 and 6.3% for the entire year, with a maximum low of about 5.9% right at the end of the year. So these stabilizing mortgage rates, stabilizing home prices, and increased affordability is really going to bring a lot of buyers back to the table. That sums it up for January 2026. I'm Bobby Franklin, the North Texas Market Insider. Check out our website and our daily blog for more information.